GNT show is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised. These are the voyages of the GNT show. Our continuing mission to explore Star Trek storytelling, to seek out new worlds and interesting characters, to Boliga, where no show has gone before. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the GNT Show, episode 253. I'm Terry Lynn, and across the table is the Romulan, Gettysburg 7.
Joe True bitches. It's me, and it's September 25th, 2016, for the Michael Hinman update. Across the table from me, to my left, you're right. She's wearing fur, she's wearing diamonds, and we don't know why. She keeps saying, it's none of your goddamn business. It's Terry Lynn.
That's me.
And to my left, your right, my right, your left. Sorry, I'm drunk. He's over there, he's covered in soot, he's under the consoles, he's trying to Macgyver the console. It's Ceridium.
Kapla! I gave her all she's got.
And now you have restraining orders and a court order.
At least somebody wants to see me. Too bad it's the judge.
Yeah. Well, hello, Marcia Clark. Across the table, who will be adjudicating Ceridium's trial, it's Jesfa.
Don't say anything without my advice. Good morning.
Did you all know that she graduated from college?
From 3 of them.
I was going to say a couple of times over.
I know. Clown College is next.
Nice.
I need the shoes. I gotta have the shoes. It's gotta be the shoes.
And there he is, sitting forlorn, still looking at his 12th man shirt, like, what happened? I don't understand. The Rams? Really? It's Kajiro.
Yeah, I'm sitting here with my my Seahawk slippers on right now, crying in my coffee.
The hell was that last week?
You know, boy, every team puts up a stinker once in a while, but boy, that was one for the ages.
Because China, keeping the scores, because every week here I ask the bridal unit, and she went 10-5, 10-6 the first week, and boy, the Seahawks really let her down last week.
Well, we'll see how they do against the 49ers. Boy, that's going to be a battle of the Titans today, huh?
Who? The Hawks?
The Hawks are the Niners at the Hawks today.
Yeah, whatever. We're just gonna.
Yeah, I know.
That's a gimme. I'm sorry. It is.
Is it?
For who?
Yeah.
after the way the Hawks are playing now, I don't know.
I don't know.
Is it like a bunch of clowns running around a 3-ring circus?
Seriously.
That might be more entertaining.
Everyone climbing out of a small Volkswagen.
We will see.
Yeah,
so, Terry, what did you do this week?
What did you do this week? Coffee clutch.
What did I do this week? I worked. I was traumatized by a D&D game.
Penny.
Yeah, I was, Critical Role. You guys know I'm now thoroughly addicted to Critical Role. And they killed a character this week. I shouldn't say they killed a character died this week. It's very different because if he had rolled better, he would have lived. But it was a big deal. So we're not sure how it's going to work next week because they were missing their cleric. Their cleric is actually. Does anybody watch Blind Spot? That show on I think.
Jamie Alexander.
Yeah. The one of the characters in that show, she's blonde. I think she works.
Okay, I know who. Yeah, I know
Ashley Johnson. Yeah, Ashley Johnson. She's actually in Critical Role. She's a voiceover actress first and foremost. She just won a BAFTA for her part in or a couple of years ago, she won a BAFTA for her voiceover in The Last of Us. She plays the young girl in The Last of Us, the game. But she's in Blind Spot, so she hasn't been able to participate in Critical Role during the Thursday night games because she's filming at Blind Spot. Well, she plays the cleric. In other words, the person who fucking heals everyone. She was gone on Thursday night, and unfortunately, one of the main characters died, and we don't know if she's going to be available next week and if she's going to be able, if she has the ability to resurrect him. It is not that easy to resurrect somebody in Dungeons and Dragons, so it's very possible this character is dead. And it's traumatizing because the character is so cool. He's very, very cool, and I was bummed. So it took me a couple of days to kind of adjust to the idea that
his ghost will be haunting the party for the next 6 weeks.
Yeah, to go from a playable character to a possible NPC, if anything at all. And
can I just throw a comment in here real quick? If you had asked me that like 10 years ago that I would be like here and Terry would be talking about Dungeons and Dragons with such passion, I would have said, "You're fucked." No, there's no way. There's no way. No way. Sometimes I look at Terry and go, "Who are you?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's true. I know. I can't help it. Oh, am I echoing you guys? I'm sorry.
No, you're not echoing.
Not here.
They're saying in the chat room I am.
I think they're messing with you.
You sound fine to me.
Yeah.
Except for all that D&D stuff.
Yeah.
What's that about? What's that about, Sheldon?
Well, Sheldon, I know it was just very strange to one, be addicted to kind of like listening to a bunch of people play D&D, but the way that they do it, and the dungeon master Matt Mercer is brilliant. He it's like having a story told every week, and they're saying I'm echoing really, really badly. So is
she the only one echoing?
Let's test this out. Am I the only one echoing?
Am I echoing?
Am I echoing?
Am I echoing?
Oh, now see, Paul says
echoing,
it's a little
echoing,
a bit echoey, a smidge. So if Paul says that, then it's not bad because
maybe if some of us are talking over each other, really, all of us.
And it's weird, we're not hearing it.
Yeah, we're not hearing it. So.
Mamma mia, mamma mia.
Mamma mia,
has a devil set aside for me.
For me.
Oh, he said it was only Terry and a little.
For me.
Huh.
Headbanging time.
Weird. Very strange. All right.
Terry just killed a man. Put a gun against his head.
I did not.
Pulled the trigger, now he's dead.
All right.
Paul says I only hear a tiny echo on Terry. So
that might be the title, a tiny echo on Terry.
Oh, it's
reverb, like in the shower. Oh, well, there is a difference. Oh, so it sounds like old WABC.
Oh my God, Cousin Bruce Morrow.
Yeah, Cousin Brucey.
We're the only people who get this joke.
All right. I guess we can just push forward, and hopefully, chat room will let us know if it gets worse or.
Yeah, it's got to be something on my end then, because.
Janet or Scotzo.
Oh my God, I loved him.
Virgin.
All right, Nick, what did you do this week?
Oh, what did I do? Much work. Trying to remember because a lot happened.
I saw pictures of a day out yesterday. It looked fun.
Yeah, well, I took Friday off and took care of some legal stuff that's been happening for 2 years and finally got it all fixed a couple of $1,000 later. And then yesterday, and then Friday night, we went down to the Great Frederick Fair. And we actually got a hotel room and had kind of a date night because rather than drive all the way back. So we went to the fair and walked around and got all kinds of awesome photos of the cows and the sheep and the little tiny newborn piglets suckling at the mommy's teats. And then half an hour later, all the little piglets crashed out asleep. and had fair food and everything. And then yesterday we went and walked around downtown Frederick and went to the National Museum of Civil War Medicine and did the Carroll Creek Walk. And there's a German place now we met in 1988 in Germany. And so there's a German place down there that we saw, so we tried it, and oh my God, it was like we were 18 and 16 again, because it was such amazing German food. I had currywurst with pommes frites, and it was just a real nice, relaxing weekend. And then today, when the show's done, we're going to see The Magnificent Seven, because
Yay!
she really wants to, and I don't think that's a movie that needed to be remade, but what do I know? God forbid they have a idea of their own. Let's just remake a classic, because anything with Steve McQueen obviously needs to be remade.
I know. But thank you for supporting film in New Mexico.
Oh, was it filmed in New Mexico?
Yeah, it was filmed just up above us in where was it, Alan? It was filmed up near Raton, wasn't it, Alan?
I don't know where it was filmed, but I do know it was filmed around here.
Because pretty much everybody stayed at the hotel.
No, they didn't.
No. Well, no, around here they stayed.
Right.
Yeah.
Did they stay in your place, Alan?
I cannot confirm nor deny that.
That's a yes. Don't forget, I'm in public relations. That's a yes.
Actually, no, they didn't stay here. We get a lot of the crew is what we get.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Chris Pratt's in it, so that's a positive. And, Denzel's never bad. But I don't know. To me, it's just like, you know what I mean? Of all the things to remake. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why they're remaking it either. The first one's such a classic.
Yeah, it's, are they going to remake Casablanca? Are they going to remake Gone with the Wind?
Didn't somebody remake it?
Oh, they had a television show starring David
Yeah.
Soul.
Oh my God, that's
They
awful.
didn't really remake the movie, though.
Oh.
Did you know there's a series now called The Exorcist?
Yes.
Did you know that there's a series called oh crap?
No, I haven't heard of that.
Really? Oh, crap. What's it about?
It went out my Lethal Weapon.
Oh yeah, I saw the. But you know what that looks like? That looks like weirdly like a prequel.
It's the first. It's basically the first movie expanded so far, from what I can tell. And they're in like the first hour equates to like the first 10 minutes of the film.
Well, that's what's the other one? Macgyver Is Back.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And I will not watch it just because the actor is so annoying in the commercials that fuck it. I'm not.
I thought the same thing when I was watching it. They showed some scenes, and the one thing about it that really annoyed me, I said this to Terry, is that every time he's like doing a little trick, he has like a little smug reaction to it, and I'm like, the original MacGyver, he just did his shit. He didn't do anything. This guy's like, look how clever I am, kind of thing. And I'm like, you know what? That's going to get annoying very quickly.
Yeah, and he's got bad '80s hair. He thinks he's Daryl Hall.
It's missing some of the charm of the original.
Well, right. The whole charm was Richard Dean Anderson was just a cool guy.
And not here's the thing that bothers me is that he goes out of his way to say, I'm being tricksy, I'm not using guns, I'm not doing this. Mm-hmm. That was never done in the original MacGyver. He was always doing things in a pinch. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to use this because this is my gig. Right? It was never
he was always trapped
his gig in the original show, so they're missing
20 seconds of air left.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It was always under some sort of level of urgency. There was a need for it. It was a requirement.
There was always a need for it, but it was never like, I'm purposely going to go out, and when I'm in these situations, I will only do this. And that's the way I'm like, really?
Well, and again, it's the actor's little smug look at the camera almost every time he does something. In the commercials, I went, this is going to be terrible.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Alphys is still not back on the air.
Mike?
I was just one last comment about it is, it doesn't seem as realistic as the original MacGyver did. I mean, it seemed like it was anchored in the real world. And in here, he's going to get in the first episode, he's going after biological weapon, okay? And it's in a freaking glass tube, and it's glowing all greenish color, and it's like, what the hell? Come on. If it's a biological, it's going to be like in a thermos with like, it's going to be this big old huge, metal thing that you're not going to be able to see, and it's like, oh, that's boring. Let's make it green and glow, and it's like, like I said, not anchored in the real world, and it's just disappointing.
I will say I'm very excited to see that Tatiana Maslany from Orphan Black won Best Actress at the Emmys last week. That was just so overdue.
Yeah, I mean, the way all the characters she has to play in every episode, it's amazing.
And you see, Tricia Helfer's on Lucifer. Oh, that's something. Melanie she loves Lucifer, so she asked me to watch it with her. So I was watching it, and then there was Tricia Helfer. I was like, okay, this show is just...
Which show did we watch this week, Alan?
I don't know. I can't remember. Remind me.
The new one with Kiefer Sutherland.
Designated Survivor.
How is that?
It wasn't bad. Of course, it was the first episode, so it's the pilot, so we're getting a lot of exposition.
Does he whisper a lot?
Not really. I mean, he's a different character. He's not, he's more of the reluctant hero in this one. The premise is, for those who are listening, but, it's a State of the Union address. He's the one person who's held aside from the cabinet because in case there's a disaster, and of course there's a disaster, and the entire cabinet, the Congress, is killed in a terrorist attack.
That's a shame.
And he becomes president, although he's the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. So that adds another element of, everybody's questioning his qualifications, and he is too. He's kind of the reluctant, I don't know if I'm qualified for this, but he's the one that has to take on the mantle of leadership.
Kind of like Battlestar Galactica. She was the Secretary of Education, and when the Cylons attacked, she became the president.
Well, it was fun. It was because as the show was progressing, and obviously there's other things happening. One of the premises in the pilot is that the Iranians start sending ships into the Straits of Hormuz and everything like that, and there's going to be this testing of America while it's weak, and so of course the general wants to go in full bore, and he's Kiefer as the new president is
and
like,
I have to
I'm
say,
not sure.
I'm a little disappointed in that, because I think he's so it is such a caricature. There's always like the head of the Joint Chiefs is always some kind of a crazy motherfucking hawk, and it's like, I gotta go to war. Like he's
You're
it's
right.
like
a little bit
I'm
stereotypical.
Like, really?
For television,
really?
yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice to see a character based on Omar Bradley as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs?
I would I would just like to have somebody who's more pragmatic. Who's instead of trying to become the president, because that's it. At the end of the first episode, you're getting the impression of now this guy wants to kill Kiefer Sutherland. No lie. He wants to off him off. And
that's so...
And it's like, please, really?
Yeah, I want to see where it goes. Because
just having been around the military my entire life, they don't want to run for all. They want to do their job. They don't want to do 90%. They hate dealing with their own budget. You think they want to deal with the national budget?
Well, and everybody doesn't suddenly want to go to war just because they're in the military. I mean,
exactly.
That's a stereotype that we get a lot too. What I was going to say though is that the one thing I did like is that so almost immediately the character, now newly minted president, has to meet with the ambassador from Iran and has to play tough. And I turned to Terry and I said, what's going to be interesting in the show is to watch this man who has never had an elected office, was an appointee of the cabinet, and has now become president, is going to become president. You know, he's going to become more presidential, and it's going to be fun to watch him develop himself. So I see the series going to a point where, you know, yeah, this person was where greatness was thrust upon him is going to step up, and it's going to be fun watching the character step up.
I just hope that he realizes that with great power comes great responsibility.
Well,
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Is
Yes.
Kiefer Sutherland forever Jack Bauer, though? Do you think people will look at him now and he's forever Jack Bauer?
no, he's
I don't
actually
think so.
kind of. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tara.
I was gonna say he's actually kind of scrawny in this. He's lost
Yeah,
a
they
lot
really
of his bulk.
downplay a lot of that from his previous performances. I mean, he isn't shown to be this big guy. He looks like you know, like
He looks like a normal
kinda-
dude.
yeah, he looks normal. And he wears glasses. That was one of the things, like they took his glasses off before they put him on the screen because, you know, he can't look like that. You know, I mean, there was a lot of things that they kept kind of playing where he doesn't know how to put forth the image of the president.
The one
you
thing I
know?
did appreciate about it, though, was that, you know, there is a with the survivors, the people like the speechwriter survived. You kind of get the impression that the chief of staff survived because he's the guy who's kind of guiding him through the process right now.
Right.
And but either way, some of the survivors, there's an automatic and actually very understandable assumption that this is a guy who, one, isn't cut out for the job, won't be able to do it very well, and, you know, and there's a great scene where the speechwriter and Kiefer Sutherland's characters are in two different stalls in the bathroom, and they're both throwing up because they're both so upset.
Nice.
They're both, and so the speechwriter starts to, he has no idea that it's Kiefer's character in the next stall puking his guts up, and he starts to just vent about what a schmuck Kiefer Sutherland's character is and how he's not cut out for it. And what are we going to do? Our country needs to find somebody with a spine, and they need to have guidance without, you know, and the guy's just venting, and Kiefer gets paler and paler and paler, going, oh my God, this is the way everybody thinks about me. Right. So he's still throwing up. But
I like the way the scene ends, because they both, of course, come out, and then the speechwriter, played by Cal Penn, by the way, kind of looks at him and has that horrified look, like, oh my God, you know, what
and
have I
he
just
stands
done?
up straight and says, Mr. President.
And the Kiefer Sutherland character says, so you think I should resign? And he goes, yes, I think you do. And he goes, well, maybe that's true, but right now I'm all you've got. And like, really defines, look,
Grabs himself by the balls.
Yeah, he does.
exactly. And then he turns around and says, but you know what I need from you right now? You got 50 minutes to write me a speech for the American public.
Nice.
It was great.
And so
It
you
was
better get
really
on
great.
it.
So yeah, there's a lot of really good to it. There's a bunch of, I think what's going to bother me the most about it is the fact that we're going to end up in a bunch of bullshit, stereotypical, you know,
Places.
Was this caused by an outsider, or was this caused by somebody within the U.S.? And not the least of which is, you don't know if there's gonna be another attack.
Right.
And you know, even me, it was just so obvious, because one of the characters is an FBI agent. She's like a terrorism specialist, and they come across what is this explosive device kind of in the rubble of the Capitol, and everybody knows it was just like, it was telegraphed so poorly, and it was telegraphed to the point where it was like, okay, well, this is totally a plant. Right? It was kind of like an explosive device that was false. It was fake. It was a dud. It was put in there to kind of mislead you to think that, oh, maybe this was Iran or Afghanistan.
Well, it also made it to think it could have been an inside job, you know.
Right. And it was just
yeah, I know where you're going.
I think that's the part that's going to bother me the most, is this.
Yeah.
Bleh. Okay.
I had the weirdest dream the other night. I was really good friends with the girl who plays Supergirl.
Okay.
And she was like, venting to me because she was worried about the season, and I was trying to tell her, no, Melissa, it's okay. It was just so weird. Yeah, it stuck with me for like 2 days. Partially because I'm in love with
Miss
Supergirl,
Janet, what did you do this week?
Well, we were scheduled to go to Cape Cod.
Yeah.
I know my husband got sick, but he's a lot better. So
Good
I'm
to
glad.
but food poisoning?
no, not quite like a little vertigo actually.
Oh,
So yeah, so kind of icky. Anyway, he's better, and but we had a staycation, so that was kind of lovely. And then next week I'm going to have medical hell.
why? What?
Oh, the
Getting your tubes tied?
I don't need that crap anymore. No, they're rearranging they're rearranging the furniture in my mouth, basically.
Oh,
Very exciting. Like I've got good tissue in one place and not in another, and they've done this before, so now they're going to do it again. And now I know what to expect. So it's going to be lovely for the next few days. Lots of Jell-O and good drugs.
nice.
I'd be
Aw,
a
poor
drooling
girl.
idiot. Hi.
Oh,
Wait, and Mikey, what did you do this week?
I played a little bit of games, but not as much as before, or as much as last week. I was busy with other things. If you're on our page, either on this episode or on our streaming page, if you're with us live, if you look to the right, you'll see some of the new additions that I made to the website.
Yay.
We have a countdown timer to 24 hours of GNT. It is exactly 4 hours, 6 days, 4 weeks, 6 days, 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 34 seconds from now. Let's see, what else did I do?
Longest Night Watch, both of us.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was just getting to that. Longest Night Watch, Volume 2. The pre-order link has come out. Press releases have been issued, and so we've been Janet and I have been spreading that around and getting things ready for 24 hours of GNT, and that's pretty much it, I think. Oh, we had an interview with John Jackson Miller this week, Terry and I.
Yes, we did.
That
He's
was fun.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to the Prey series.
So
Yeah.
please take a listen to that. It's available now on our website, correct?
Yeah, it's live.
for $9.95.
For not but
Let me just explain quickly what Longest Night Watch is.
please.
Okay. It is a charity anthology that Mike and I both contributed to, and all of the proceeds, we don't see a dime from this, all of the proceeds go to Alzheimer's research. So the stories are all about, this was originally done because of the death of Sir Terry Pratchett last year. So the stories, some of them are Pratchett-esque, but a lot of them are also about memory or losing your memory. So, very personal kinds of stories. And his story is actually bilingual, which is real interesting.
I wanted to challenge myself, so A, I wrote a non-sci-fi story, and B, I made it bilingual.
And I actually have two. I don't think you knew about the second one. The second one I wrote actually rather quickly because of the death of Gene Wilder, so we wanted to get that in very quickly. But the other one that I wrote that Mike does know about, the only thing I'm going to say about it is that it has a rather unexpected narrator.
Very cool. I liked it a lot.
Thank you. So we are very excited because this is Mike's first time in print. Yay.
Very cool. Congratulations to both of you. And thank you so much for bringing more attention to a topic that needs to be discussed in light of, I know it's not Alzheimer's, but in light of Terry Jones's diagnosis this week.
That was real upsetting too.
Yeah. We got to do something. Like you said, Janet, we got to find a cure.
We also had a loss of a friend this week, Terry.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
This week, the Star Trek community is in mourning. Our very good friend and Super Trek fan. He's also a $6 Million Man fan.
Big time.
Gonna make me cry again this week.
Batman.
Damn it.
I know, Batman fan. Everybody.
Yeah,
Eric
yeah.
Cohn. Eric Cohn passed away this week. Eric, is
Nice guy.
he was a wonderful, sweet, loving, totally giving man, and made a lot of friends online. Now, most of us never met him in person. A lot of us had. He lived in Utah. He was an integral part of the Salt Lake City Comic-Con. He attended, he covered it, he was part of the press corps, and but he was also very open about his diagnosis of severe depression, and it is that diagnosis which played a very significant role in his death. So yes, he took, from what we all understand, he did commit suicide, and it was a gut punch. It was an absolute gut punch. It was weird because it was one of the things I always enjoyed was just waking up in the morning. If I got onto Facebook, and I would always read Eric's posts, and we would talk, and we would have some great IM discussions, and just, I'm going to miss him so very much. So our love, our deepest condolences to the entire Cohn family, Eric's daughter, and all of the Trekkies who loved him. Our love to you. Please make sure that send out your hand, and if you know somebody who suffers from depression, PTSD, and don't hesitate, and yet at the same time, if you suffer from one of those horrific conditions, please keep a number next to your phone and call it, because we don't want to lose any more people like Eric.
And I've said before, if not to this lady to my left, your right, I would not be here today. I was in a very, very, very dark place, and she kicked my ass and made me go to see somebody, and I had to send her photos of me going and being there because I was in that darker place.
I love you.
You're all right. I like Janet more.
Thanks. Well,
That's okay. I'm all right with that.
I would also
Actually,
say,
it's Chloe I love the most.
in all seriousness, also just be kind to people, because sometimes you might be the only kindness somebody gets in a day.
It's true. It's very true. Treat them like you'd want a Romulan to treat you.
Oh, great.
Excuse me.
I'm just
Denatra. Hello.
Hello. We actually have some Star Trek shit to talk about, you guys.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
We do have a show.
It's okay. We do have a show somewhere in here. We're going to start off real quick. We did have a wonderful conversation with John Jackson Miller. Mike and I got to talk to him about the forthcoming trilogy called Star Trek.
Nice if I knew about it.
Hey, I know.
I looked
Star
at my
Trek
phone and I
Prey.
was like, did I have an interview tonight? Because I didn't know anything about this.
We're gonna have to start. I'm just gonna have to text you or something.
Well,
I don't think
it's very weird because Mike always sends out the calendar invites, and I don't know if.
To be honest
how long
with you,
ago did you do that?
it was a couple months ago.
Okay, you know what? I'm wondering when my old phone died and I got the new phone.
I bet you that was it.
If something happened, it wasn't you, Mike, because I know you send that stuff out.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that when I got the new phone, it got lost in the translation.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was a great conversation. He had a lot to say. Surprisingly enough, I had no idea what Star Trek Prey was all about. But we do remember when the covers, the new art came out from Doug Drexler. Remember, it was like, what the hell is this big Satan thing on the cover of a Star Trek book? And it looks like it's going to be really fun. Essentially, it ties in. There's some...
5? Is it Star Trek 5?
No,
God?
No. It
Ardra?
actually has a lot to do with Star Trek 3.
3, 6, and then obviously the modern TNG storyline.
So what happens he discusses a lot about what happens after Star Trek 3 with Krug and Krug's heir, who is rather upset, and 100 years
Shocker.
later puts into effect his revenge. So who's the crews that are surviving 100 years later? That would be the Enterprise, the Titan, and the Aventine.
Did you see, speaking of which, I hate to say it, did you see that David Mack has started a Titan novel?
Yes.
Yeah.
We found out about that in New York. I
Yeah.
almost tackled him. I was so excited. It says David Mack's doing a Titan novel. That's going to be really, really awesome. But John Jackson Miller's, the first book comes out on Tuesday, Mikey?
Here in a couple
out,
days. I mean,
yeah.
it's
I think
it's already out
Tuesday.
in the wild. So
It's kind of out in the wild already.
can find it already. But if you're an ebook reader like me,
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. And then the next two books over the next 2 months. So over the next 3 months, they'll release the 3 books. And it's I'm looking forward to it very much. So, also our friend Ross over at Live, Love, Play, which is a busy little beaver production, has just posted his interview of our good friend Mark Cushman to talk about his new Lost in Space book.
Which I've been reading.
And?
Oh, it's Mark.
It's Mark.
Awesome.
Yeah.
A little
And-
birdie
and-
tells me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A little birdie tells me that there may be a Lost in Space rewatch collaboration in the works.
How fun.
I have a message for people. If you want to talk trash to me about Mark Cushman for whatever reason, don't do it, because anytime somebody tells me,
Agreed.
how can you say that it's not researched when he's using the actual documents? So just, you know what? Just if you feel the need to send me a message because we're friends with Mark Cushman and adore the man, just save yourself the time and don't, because I'm really not gonna give it any credence at all.
There you go. Mike, you got to talk about The Longest Watch.
Well,
where can people find your blog about it?
Yeah, I had written a blog that kind of it's a making of, essentially, for the story that I wrote. No spoilers, so it's,
No homo.
You can read it without really knowing what the story's about. It's just kind of talking about, what it inspired me to get involved, how I got involved, and then I place blame on Janet and Lacey and
Lacey's our editor.
yeah, and then I do this with all the stories that I write, whether it's for myself or for a publication or whatever, and so this is just a making of type thing, but it's certifiedbzdoctor.com. The link will be in the show notes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And you can also pre-order The Longest Watch Volume 2 on Amazon. Let's see. Oh, book news.
Tell me a Star Trek story. Book news.
Which it continues on with our conversation about John Jackson Miller. The revised, but another book that we all have been waiting for. I think a lot of us have been really excited about this. The new Star Trek Encyclopedia comes out in a couple of weeks, you guys. A lot of us have it pre-ordered through Amazon right now, but October 18th is the official release date for the new Star Trek Encyclopedia. It is a 2-volume hardcover set that the Okudas have been busting their asses on for the past couple of years in order to have it out for the 50th anniversary of Star Trek. This is the penultimate and the final, it's my understanding, all-inclusive set. If they do additions in the future, it will be done as an independent volume, correct?
Yeah, basically they're just gonna continue on, keep adding to this rather than start new and kind of like, I don't know, rebooting it every time.
Right.
So this is the format it's going to be from this point forward. At least that's the way I understand it.
Right. Our we did have the opportunity, by the way, to meet the winner, the winner of the new Strange New Worlds contest in New York. I've become friends with him on Facebook ever since, and since then he's also shared the new vote possibility that you can, over at StarTrekBooks.com, you can actually vote for your choice of 2 covers for the new Strange New Worlds book that's coming out. And I think it was kind of an interesting choice, and I think that I was kind of pleased. I chose the one that didn't have the Enterprise on it.
The shuttle.
The shuttle.
I voted for the shuttle too. I thought it was
beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah, I like that one the best as well.
So that's the one I voted for. But you can have a voice. Head over to StarTrekBooks.com/blog/Strange New Worlds cover poll and vote for your favorite cover for the new book. And we will be interviewing Mr. Amika. He has 2 different names, so I don't know which one to choose. So we will have him on the show in the very near future. And Mikey.
Yes.
Waypoint is a comic book, correct?
I believe this is it's a series of comics that are celebrating the 50th anniversary. The first one in the series, basically they're teaming up different writers, different artists, kind of similar to what Dayton and Kevin kind of did with theirs, but I don't know if that's for the same series or not. But basically, they're teaming up a writer and an artist and telling the stories in honor of the 50th anniversary. And this particular story, it's a TNG-esque era, although it seems a little distant future from the TNG that we know, because Captain LaForge has a crew full of datas. His whole ship is populated by data. Obsessive much? I don't know. It just seems. But I mean, at the same time, it
doesn't seem. I mean, sure, for Geordi, that's like a dream come true in so many ways.
Do you ship them?
I was gonna say everybody
Geordi
ships
has a
them.
fistful of datas, I'll tell you that.
Everybody ships them.
And on that one, I'm out. Good night, everybody.
Try the veal.
Speaking of which, next Sunday we're going to see Brian Regan. Do you know who that is?
The comedian?
Yes.
Yeah.
Brian Regan's coming to town.
Well, that's kind of trippy.
I'm kind of interested in checking out this comic because Geordi and Data had such a close relationship. They were best friends. But if every android is somewhat unique, and if and they're all based on data, do you actually have a best friend aboard this ship? And if you tell something to one guy, to one Data, and you bump into Data in the turbo lift, it's like, and you continue that conversation, it's not the same Data, and it's like,
well, they're not telepathic.
It seems like they would have to be like networked or something, otherwise it gets so confusing. It's does he have like little bells around their neck or something to tell them apart?
Numbers like Harry did.
Yeah,
Data 27.
How do you?
One of them needs Chakotay's tattoo.
Oh God.
I'm just kind of interested to see how this story plays out, because just to figure out the logistics of the situation, if for no other reason. But the story seems kind of interesting. That they encountered a Federation starship from the future, and it looks like a smooth Borg cube, but it's a Federation ship. So don't know what that is about. Kind of interesting.
I did see that the Star Trek comic book set in the Kelvin verse. Did you see that? That they're going to be running into the Borg?
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
Hold on, let me find the link. That was Terry's totally skeptical, really.
It's true. It's true. Skeptical is a good word. Skeptical is the perfect word. I don't know. I'm, you know me. That's when it comes to the Kelvin universe. It's just like, come on, you guys. You have so much opportunity. Why? I think what bothers me the most about it is the reason why everybody wants to work in a new universe was because of this supposed
blank slate
anchor of canon. It's like, it's so hard to write in canon, and it's so hard. Why can we do something new? And then they finally create a new fucking universe, and all they do is fucking rely on canon.
Well, hold on. That what the movies didn't. Well, the new movie didn't.
They did.
The new movie didn't.
No, it was nice. It was refreshing, which is why I loved it, and I can't wait for it to be delivered on Blu-ray. Thank you. But still, it's
see, they couldn't tell, they couldn't use canon as mix and match samplers. Now they can. So I don't know if that's telling new stories or not, but that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing with the new universe. I mean, it's kind of, I'm kind of disappointed. I'd like to see something new, but
yeah,
if they wanted to do something new, I guess they could have stayed in the original universe. I guess, so,
right.
So for them, this is new stories. It's just reusing things that we already know, and I don't know.
There's a couple of things while I find this article I wanted to. Terry, did you see that Ghost Rider is going to be on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yes, and we have a lot of catching up to do. We are bad. We are bad children.
Did you see that there's going to be a Justice League Dark animated movie?
No, but cool.
That makes me so happy. I just hope Zatanna's in it. I'm still trying to find this article.
I'm watching a thing on Facebook, and it's crazy. I'll open it up and I'll put it in the chat room so everybody else can share.
Here's a headline for you. Sci-Fi's Van Helsing is so boring, it's infuriating.
Yeah, I'll put this in the chat room for everybody else to see, because I've been having the worst chocolate fit for the past 2 weeks.
Why?
Oh, because I haven't had any and I'm going crazy. But oh my God, get a load of that link. Just shut up. That looks so good. Okay. Well, back to what we were doing. We do have some product news. Again, if you wanted, we won't be posting the links in the chat room. You can go to the blog when it goes up then live on our website. But a lot of new things are coming out.
I need more Star Trek stuff. Product news.
The animated series is coming out. The Blu-ray is coming out of the animated series. This is actually really big news.
I'm sorry. I found it. I found the article.
Okay, good. So do I get to keep talking about the Blu-ray?
There you go. Sorry, just put it in.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Yeah, interesting. That's going to be very interesting. But it's big news for the animated series to come out on Blu-ray. It's great because there are a lot of fans like Mikey. Mikey loves the animated series. So now you can go get it. It comes out in November, on November 15th. We had talked once before about Simplicity coming out with patterns for the Star Trek costumes, which is great. One of the costumes that I got to take a picture of when we were in New York is the Scant costume, which there is now an official pattern for. So if you want to make your own Scant, you can go get it from Simplicity. Now, I did want to bring this up because I don't know if Nick has had a chance to see it, but Nick, have you seen Diamond Select's new Romulan Bird of Prey? Have you seen this?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Blood was
flowing. It has light up windows and everything.
Oh,
I'm like so jealous.
Blood was flowing.
It's so beautiful, you guys. We're going to have to put that link into the chat room because it's freaking amazing. That it really is probably one of the prettiest models I've seen in a long time. And DST really outdid themselves with it. It's so pretty. Why isn't it loading? There it is.
And there are better pictures at the link, by the way. That one's kind of dark, but there are better pictures at the link.
Well, the reason why it's dark is they're showing how it lights up. I wanted to show off the windows.
No, I realize that, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's that there are some better,
Model,
where you
yeah.
can see the ship better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It also gives
And
you an
it's-
idea of scale. I mean, having the hand in there.
Yeah. I think it's the going rate right now on Amazon.com is $60.
Wow.
Not bad. Let me see.
Yeah, it's close. It's very close.
Yeah, not bad at all. Okay, and then there is Mission New York still had some merchandise available, I guess. By the way, it couldn't have been a lot because they sold out of most of the stuff by the last day that Janet and I were there. I ended up getting my Riker T-shirt and I think a keychain, and that was about all they had left. I think they had like 3 or 4 different kinds of T-shirts available. You can still pick them up through StarTrek.com. There is a link there that will be in the blog. Also, the 50th anniversary ornament. I think it's kind of funny that Star Trek. Well, that's not true. It's kind of cool that StarTrek.com, of course, is showing you the 50th anniversary ornament. But I have to be honest with you. Alan and I went to the every year in July, and it's no lie, in July, Hallmark stores open up that season's ornaments for sale, and it's like a big open house. They call it the open house. So you go that weekend to go get your ornaments, that especially if they're the collectors, if they're in a series and stuff. Well, I can tell you right now, our local store is already sold out of the Hallmark 50th ornament. It was sold out that afternoon. So if your local store got a new shipment in, go get it. But contact your local store first before you schlep yourself down there to make sure they have it in stock. It's a very beautiful kind of gold tinted Star Trek Enterprise, and it looks just like the very first ornament they ever produced 20 years ago.
That's not the one that they're showing on the page, though.
No, they're showing a tabletop.
Yeah, this is the tabletop ornament. Kirk,
Oh,
Spock,
yeah,
and
that-
McCoy
that-
on the bridge.
Yeah. $75.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It must
that's
be pretty
kinda cool.
big.
See, and I don't call that, I don't know. During the ornament debut, October 1st through 9th. Okay, that's kind of cool. The tabletop ornament is Kirk, McCoy, and Spock. And
Sit on the bridge.
On the bridge. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Spock looks like Spock.
Is it me, or does Kirk and McCoy look like they're wearing glasses?
I thought Spock looked a lot more like the Quinto version of Spock.
He kind of does a little bit. I don't know. I'm either way. Now you know too. Both the Gold Enterprise and this one. And what's the special one? I think it's Chekhov this year. And then is it the Gorn fight? What is it? There's another one too. There's a couple of them this year. So head over to Hallmark, pick up your ornament. La la la. Okay, Mike, we got it. You tweeted about this earlier.
Oh my God, I'm in love with this.
Okay, what is it?
These are, well, it's a single one. Okay, you're only getting one, but they have 2 kinds. They have a Kirk and a Spock, but they are Bluetooth speakers. So, but basically, I've right here. I have a Bluetooth portable speaker that I can carry around with me, and blare whatever I'm listening to, the show, for instance. And so instead of having this big black brick underneath my arm, I could be holding my little Spock or my little Kirk and be able to listen to the show along with everyone in the immediate area, because I'm streaming it from my phone through Bluetooth. I mean, it's so cool. I'm so excited. I want one. I want all of them.
They're $49.95. You can get them through StarTrek.com in their shop. They will be shipping on November 22nd. So keep that in mind. If you order now, it won't ship until November.
And they're so cute.
They are cute. The little Spock is pretty freaking adorable.
Yeah.
And the little Kirk is holding a tribble. Very cute. And then last week, I think we talked on it briefly last week, but the new TNG Bluetooth communication badge is out.
They're on for sale now, so you can actually order them. Before we had last time we discussed them, they were on pre-order.
Right.
So you can get them now.
Available. Sweet.
Convention news.
Convention news. There is some convention news. The Destination Star Trek Europe has announced a couple of new attendees, but one of the things
Europe,
they
where's
are. Steve? Huh?
Did somebody give Steve the day off and not tell me?
No, he'll be joining us later.
There's a Crusher reunion going to be held at Star Trek Destination Europe, which is coming up soon, is it not? I mean, it's like right on the edge.
Yeah, it should be soon. I'm looking for a date. October 7th through the 9th.
Yeah, so go now.
Is it like Vixen on the edge of a broken heart?
We're digging back deep, folks.
Yeah, you dug for that one. It was cool. But it's in Birmingham, England, in the UK. And both Will Wheaton will be in attendance along with Gates McFadden, so they're going to have a Crusher reunion, which I think is kind of cute. Was there anything else as far as convention news for any other conventions? I know that Nick, what do you got coming up? Anything?
Nothing until February with Farpoint.
Janice is at a convention
Hartford
for
Con,
us.
right?
Yeah, Hartford.
Hartford? Cool.
Yeah, she's pressed for us, so she'll be.
Thank you, Janice.
We'll be we will be getting a report and photos, I hope, next week. So, fingers crossed. Anyways.
Very cool. And once again, we want to send out a big thank you to Jen Ucelis for joining us last week to talk about Chicago Creation Star Trek. It was very fun to have you on board. And so we do have some movie news.
Let's watch a Star Trek movie. Movie news.
The Star Trek Beyond Blu-ray is coming out on November 1st. That I've already pre-ordered it. I did it was like the day we got home from the movie theater. I went straight to Amazon and just pre-ordered the Blu-ray, and come to find out I get a little model with it. I'm excited about that. But you can order it through your favorite seller. They're doing the same thing this time around, folks. Just give you the heads up. Each different retailer may have a different exclusive, may not be content as much as it might have a different item. I think that's how they're doing it this time around. Like Amazon's got this little model of the Enterprise.
And there's also the Franklin model, and I think one other ship. I think one of the drone ships, I think, might be.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, so I think there's three exclusive ships, but it's just every vendor. You have to go through 3 different vendors to get them all.
And PF Dennis is in the chat room saying that the iTunes version is and will be available actually on October 4th, which is a full month earlier.
Wow.
That's really kind of interesting.
They must have paid big bucks for that honor.
So,
Paul, have you been drinking again?
I love him. So,
and I had a mouthful of Pop-Tart. Thank you, Lady Renegade, for covering the Hartford Con for us.
Yay.
Yes, thank you so much.
Now, was that, she can tell us, is that the one, what's the one that they merged with the one at Mohegan Sun? Is that it, or is that another one that merged with Mohegan Sun?
Well, this one, I believe, was bought by another company, and the company does 3 other cons throughout over the country. I had
Is
to
it
deal
Wizard
with their. I don't think it's Wizard World. They all seemed like small conventions.
Oh, okay.
So I because I had to do the application and stuff for Janice. And we had, I believe, gone there last
Oh,
year
okay.
or something.
She just said Hartford Comic-Con was the one that merged.
Okay, because that's what's going on this week.
Mhm.
That's what this weekend is. Okay, is the Hartford Comic-Con,
Mhm.
and it used to be
It
with
used to
somebody
be
else.
the Hartford Comic-Con by itself, but now it's part of a larger organization that does 3
Oh, okay.
conventions now.
Oh,
I think so. It's just in different parts of the country. This is their East Coast one, I believe.
Terrificon's owners actually started a gaming con that will be coming soon. Oh, wow.
Very cool.
Are you going to go to that one? Are you going to go to the gaming con? Sorry, having a conversation.
Conversation with somebody in the chat room. Yes.
So,
A
and
con
20-second
session.
delays, yeah.
I think we need to start one just for augments and call it the Con.
Will there be showgirls doing the can?
Well, they'll be doing the Con. They'll just have accents.
Special guest Condoleezza Rice.
Nice.
Pull that one out.
And relatives of Indira Gandhi.
Oh, your cons are lying.
Okay.
Oh, we need to find somebody named Connie.
And special guest,
To cover this.
special guest, Kamala Khan.
Ooh.
Oh, gaming news.
I want to play a Star Trek game. Gaming news.
There is not a lot of news coming out from Star Trek Timelines this week, which actually makes a lot of sense considering all the stuff they've done over the past couple of weeks. It wouldn't, there's actually a week where they're not doing an event, which is kind of a relief. I have zero problems with timelines. I have too many chronotons. Who knew?
Shut up.
I'm over 2,000
I hear
now.
they have a vaccination for that.
I have over 2,000. It's crazy.
Sing the blues, babe. Sing the blues.
Yeah, what I need to do is focus on actually leveling a lot of my characters up now because they just don't have the numbers to,
equipment and
they don't have the equipment, they don't have the numbers to succeed in elite level, and I need to get a lot of these up to the elite level if I want to do the next crafting event that they do.
Yeah.
So I need to sit actually and play the fucking game now.
Oh, God forbid.
I know, right?
I'm doing well on the current event.
Which is what?
This is the super grind, as I'm referring it to. Basically,
Yeah, it is.
Your characters have to go through a set of 5 missions without they don't recharge or heal between rounds. So you select a character and you're grinding all the way through, or you can swap them out as you progress, but it's only for once you complete a single mission. But yeah, it's a tough one, especially on the epic levels. And
I bet.
I'm getting the 3 stars on normal and elite, but sitting down and playing the game for an hour at a time, and then it gets frustrating because there should be no reason why I don't get a critical success, and I don't get a critical success. And it's
yeah, I know.
That part is annoying because all of a sudden, instead of taking a few minutes to get through a level, I'm sitting there replaying it, trying to get one freaking node passed. And
yeah,
it's just that just makes it aggravating.
I still don't understand how when I have a 98% chance, it always comes up as a failure.
Yeah, interesting.
So, but yeah, this is the probably the hardest of the events. This morning when I woke up, I was ranked 400.
Wow, that's impressive.
We gotta get him laid.
We do have some Star Trek Online news. This is kind of interesting. Back to fleet holdings, correct, Mikey?
Yes, this is a fleet holding, a new one for
It's about time.
all factions.
Holy crap. I'm sorry, it's been a long time.
Yeah. K-13, the if you played through Agents of Yesterday, that's the space station that vanished.
Yes.
Yes. Well, we found it. Or we're going to find it in our fleets. And so this is a new fleet holding, and there's a little short story that accompanies the
announcement.
The announcement,
I guess,
yeah. So be sure to check that out. But they also have a blog that discusses some of the details. But let me grab that.
Oh, as far as the, well, for lack of a better term, stats of what it does. It's kind of interesting. For those who do not play Star Trek Online, you can join a fleet, much like a guild in any other MMORPG, and the fleet has the ability to. It has its own holdings instead of having like a kin house or a guild hall. You have a fleet starbase. You also have a fleet dilithium mine. There's different holdings you can get and create, and usually the fleet bundles their earnings through the game, mostly dilithium and or fleet marks, to build said holdings. It's been a long time since they've released a new holding for fleets to work on, so I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot. There's people, you earn fleet marks throughout the game, and so I have a feeling there's a lot of people who have a boatload of fleet marks to donate to not just their fleet but also their alliances. So it should be a lot of people the bigger fleet shouldn't have a problem putting this together relatively quickly through their timed efforts. Oh, that's a cool photo, Mike. That's one of the interiors.
Yeah, I think this is when you first get it. It's in a dilapidated state. You gotta, you're gonna be refurbishing it and getting it up to date. But basically, there's also apparently you're going to be able to get a TOS engineering. Not jumpsuit, but the coveralls as one of the costume unlocks.
I see it. Okay. Oh, so the TOS engineering jumpsuit. That's kind of fun.
Apparently,
which the Empress wore very well.
She did.
There's you're going to be able to get a lot of TOS era weaponry, some alien weaponry, things that the former crew encountered wherever the station had disappeared off to, which apparently was 700 years in the past. Then there was that's from the story that I mentioned earlier, and there's also alien artifacts. So you're not only going to be getting TOS era stuff, but you're also going to be getting TOS alien era stuff. And I thought it was also interesting that they mentioned you'll be getting access to 23rd century TOS era crew from the starbase as well, because apparently they've been in stasis this whole time. So yeah, I think it's kind of interesting. I mean, it seems like it's going to be fun.
And Luke's, and we all miss Caspian being really busy. We do. It's been a weird year. I haven't been in game in a long. I have to admit, I've been in Neverwinter a lot. I just have, but just because it's been really fun to play. But I will be getting back into Star Trek Online, especially if it means that I can, to be honest with you, to play with other people again. That'd be fun.
Yeah, and Lady Renegade, it's summertime. People tend to drop, but with winter coming, we'll get and
people stay indoors.
People stay indoors, and we'll start doing stuff and doing, like when we do shuttle PvP, which is so hilarious, and stuff like that.
Sounds good.
And that way you can meet the other people in the fleet.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
We'll get on that. Terry and I are both fleet
will get on that.
We're both fleet commanders. So.
So seriously. And then a new, what's this? For a limited time, starting today, players will be able to purchase the Keyring Bundle. It's a special pack which includes 20 master keys, which open up the lock boxes, for the price of 2250 Zen. So that's approximately $23.
And there's more.
And as an additional special promotional offer, when purchasing the bundle, every pack also includes a single Ultimate Tech upgrade. Holy crap. Applying this item to any upgradable piece of equipment will instantly set both its mark and quality to maximum, usually Mark 14 Epic Gold with 0 dilithium cost.
Booyah!
Holy shit.
Wait, say that again?
When you buy this pack, you get one Ultimate Tech upgrade, which takes any item upgradable and will instantly set it to its highest grade possible. So Mark 14 Epic. That's fucking cool.
I think this box is going to be a big time seller.
I think you're right. Because if you think about the amount it costs you either in time to play or buying dilithium, you're going to spend that much money anyway.
Yeah.
Really, you really are. So I think a lot of people, you might actually spend a lot more. So this might save people a lot of money, and you get 20 keys.
Yeah,
that's actually a really good deal.
I mean, the 20 keys is basically what you're paying for. The $22.50.
Right.
I mean, that's a little bit cheaper than what 20 keys normally
would cost on an individual basis, right?
Yeah. So, and then they're giving you this Ultimate Tech upgrade for free, and it's like that by itself is worth is awesome.
That's really cool. I actually will pop onto my second account and buy a couple of these. I still have a second account that I rarely play, and it's a VIP account, and I just get the Zen 500 a month, right? It's been sitting dormant for like 3.5 years. I've got like 22,000 Zen in it.
I hate you.
Well, it's just, I don't touch it. When I play my other account, and I'm gonna fire that one up and get some keys, man. Get that one rolling.
Keys.
Get my keys. So that's kind of it for the Star Trek news, which was a lot today. But Mr. Kojiro, you're working on an interesting project.
I am.
Yeah, the poll. We need some more responses to a poll for the 24-hour show.
We put up a poll because we're polling our studio audience for their top answers to some questions for Podcasters Feud. And I have to admit, we've actually had a pretty good response. I have over 85 people who have responded so far. And of course, I'm asking for 3 answers on each one. So I have close to 280 responses so far, which is awesome. So I'm actually collating the data right now as we speak during the show, and very excited about it. But continue to fill out the form. The more data we have, the more the better for
the more accurate.
Do you have the link for that? Yeah. I can't find it.
I'm sorry.
Do you have the link for the survey?
I think it's in our room.
In our where?
In our I'm not talking about you. Caught me off guard. On our Facebook chat room, the G&T show.
Oh boy,
yeah,
we have to go back
internal
into that.
one.
Okay.
Yeah,
gotta go digging for it.
Yeah, we have to go dig for it.
I can send it again.
That'd be awesome. Cool.
So yeah,
and we
the
will
more
make
people
sure
the more people we can get to fill that out, that would
Jesus.
Help us.
Sorry, I just jumped. I heard the sound behind me. I turned around and the cat's in the cat box scratching. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Scared him. It's kind of like what happens when Chloe barks when it's real quiet, and all of a sudden.
And now she's gonna want to jump on my lap after that. No, Mochi, no.
Too bad. So please participate. We will get that link out to you. If you haven't participated, please do. Again, it's part of the fun that we have planned for the 24-hour show, which is coming up in about 4 or 5 weeks. Yay!
And match game,
which we don't need a poll for because
I am already writing questions.
Cool.
Hey, let's see how many people. The Gorn captain is so dumb.
How dumb is he?
There we go. All right, and how about this? Let's see. Evie picks A. What? You remember what they did when somebody would pick question A or question B?
A.
There you go. And I can't believe we're getting Gary Berghoff to be on with us. So that's going to be amazing.
That would be awesome.
Right?
Too funny.
Oh, we found out that our kitty has Giardi's disease? Giardio?
Who?
Giardia?
Yeah.
That's
Infection.
Yeah, that's parasitic infection.
Yeah.
Your
So
kitty?
we've got to give her, we've got to
Aw.
give her antibiotics every day,
Yeah.
and she squirt it down her throat, and she's such a good girl. Oh, hey, hello, hey, wait a minute, Paul. What you doing there? What's Paul posting there for? Hello. Joe Colton, friend of mine from here, who you guys met in Vegas. She wears that outfit at shore leave,
Yeah, that's a great one.
and she wears it well.
Oh, and we're getting those in Star Trek Online, PF Dennis? That's cool.
Oh, Vicky, I gotta put Vicky in that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
You do.
I gotta put Satan in that.
Thank you. There's the link. It's in the chat room, and we will have it available in our show
It
notes
says
as
the
well.
site can't be reached.
Oh, poo-poo.
The site
the
can't be
link
reached.
that I had-
Survey Monk. Yeah.
I'd found the link in our chat room. That
You did?
one,
That's because I
that one
misspelled
does work.
monkey. That's because I misspelled monkey.
You did, didn't you, Monkey? You sure, big
It's
Monkey?
Morn.
There we go.
Simeon Morn.
I smell crossover.
Well, seeing as though, do we have any semantic shenanigans this week, Miss Janice?
Oh no, we're it's very quiet.
Nice and quiet. Good.
Yeah, just waiting around for whatever shoe drops next.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we
speaking
are-
of semantic shenanigans, we are moving
The
closer.
show.
We are
Yay!
moving closer. In fact, I had sent over a few bumpers for approval that Katie had recorded for their show. So yeah, we're making progress on that.
Yeah, Katie, once again, awesome announcer girl. We're very excited. We're actually putting together a little a bumper for Shanna for her part, because mine's kind of obvious, but hers maybe was a little less obvious. So something for Katie to record, and then basically we're gonna be doing this in a couple of weeks, right? Yay!
So excited. We're very, very proud of you guys. I think it's going to be a very interesting show. Again, for listeners who may not know, we are spinning off the segment in our show called Semantic Shenanigans. We're spinning it off into its own show, starring our lovely Miss Jespa and Shanna, who will be discussing pretty much fandom, business, and how they interact and collide.
We're calling it where Law Society, Scholarship, and Fandom collide. So, I know everybody loves hearing me rant and yell in a Long Island accent, but the truth is, we're going to be looking for something a little bit more serious. It doesn't mean that we're not going to have fun, but we're probably going to have more serious discussions about things like, like what cosplaying is like, and the image of women in science fiction and things like that. That's the kind of things we'll be looking to be talking about.
I think it's going to be very, very interesting and very cool. So thank you guys again for taking on that, on those topics, that especially because there's so much more than just Star Trek. It's not just fan film. It's not just copyright or infringe. It's a far bigger topic that interests a lot of people, because they're the ones that started sending us and started sending you all those links going, oh, talk about this.
Oh God, have I got a list of links. Every now and then somebody messages me, and I get messaged in all sorts of places, whether it's Facebook, or I get from Twitter, or I get from Truck BBS. People constantly saying, did you hear about this? Do you know about this case? Look at that. Oh my God, what happened here? This is kind of old, but you might want to talk about it anyway. And so I have got a stable of stuff that's out there, and I know Shanna's got stuff from papers and things that she's been working on, and there's, and I think that there's room for this. I think this is a niche that isn't really getting served well, to have sort of this kind of a calm scholarly discussion about things that happen in fandom because kind of when we get out of the cocoon of fandom, when we leave the cosplay, when we open the doors and we look out in the sunlight, what goes on in the world. And this is everything from people wearing their Star Trek uniforms to jury duty, to everything else that happens. How do we react in the greater world, and how does the greater world react to us?
Yep. Very, very, very fun. So do we have a date yet, or has it been set in stone?
I think we were talking about, let me see.
October 17th.
Thank you. I keep, it's in my calendar. I swear it's in my calendar. I'll check right now.
So pay attention to not just the G&T site, but you can also pay attention. Will it be up on the Busy Little Beaver site?
It should be.
blbproductions.com. Yeah. So what do we talk about for the last 15 minutes of our show?
Daughters.
This doesn't happen very often when we...
I'm sorry, I'm filling out the Survey Monkey.
Normally we have so much news. It's like,
I know. It's actually
we go
kind of refreshing.
Long, and here we are kind of, we should have had a plan.
We should have had it's
pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice Star Trek. Actually, I was really hoping that in light of kind of semantic... go ahead.
There's one of these things I can only think of two answers.
Okay.
Which question?
The Star Trek character Pet.
Oh.
Yeah, Porthos and Spot.
There's
I'm not saying
a couple
anything.
more. There's
There's a couple more.
Oh, wait a minute. I just thought of one.
Okay.
Terry wrote a story about him.
Yes, I did.
Riker?
No.
Yeah, well, that is Deanna's pet. Jordy. He's everybody's pet.
He's everybody's pet.
And I am not filling out number 12, a rule of acquisition, because I don't know.
There's 250 of them. If you count the unwritten rules, there's a few others.
Make one up.
No.
I know.
You can skip the question if you want.
The Lady Renegade would like to know if we were going to be focusing on doing anything that would focus on TNG in the coming year, considering it's TNG's 30th anniversary. I think that's a great idea.
Very great idea. That's a great idea. Now, question.
Yeah.
Are Jem'Hadar part of the Dominion, or are they two separate things?
Part of the Dominion. Well, yes, part of the Dominion. They are the Dominion's...
Well, it's
Henchman.
name a Delta Quadrant species or race.
I got yelled at for asking questions about the survey.
Nick.
Yes.
Delta Quadrant.
Oh, Delta. Oh, it's Voyager. Who cares?
Made the same mistake almost.
Did you?
Yeah, well, because I thought about, oh, wait, those are Gamma Quadrant. Jem'Hadar were Gamma Quadrant. So.
Gamma Quadrant's cool. Delta Quadrant.
I know, Delta Quadrant species. So the
wait a minute, wait, what? Delta Quadrant is
Voyager,
and Gamma is DS9.
Correct.
Right.
Why
so
are you
the
messing with my
Jem'Hadar
head?
were Gamma.
Why, yeah, I know, but now you're messing with my head. Jesus.
Some guy named Fred, the one with the ridges, and the incorporeal one. Okay, you're all set.
The one with the ridges.
No, he's Gamma.
And the incorporeal one.
What was the race with the phage?
One with bad teeth.
It started with the V, I think.
Vidian.
The Vidians.
Vidians. That's there you go. Good pull, Mike.
Yeah, no shit.
It happens to also
not the
be
VOD war.
It also happens to be one of the ones that I had selected.
The Trabe. Who the hell are the Trabe?
The Vidians. I don't know the Trabe.
The Trabe is the race that enslaved the Kazon.
Oh, wow. It's been so long since I've watched Voyager. Oh, Kazon. Thank you, Mike.
There's another answer going into the survey.
Oh, man.
So, hey, you listeners, if you've got an idea of what we should do and what you think would be fun for us to do to celebrate Star Trek The Next Generation's 30th anniversary, please send them in. Send in. And also,
I have an idea.
Huh?
Alan, putting your hard work to work. The top 10 TNG episodes that people picked through our
Through our top 50 for 50?
Through our top 50 for 50, or whatever the cutoff was, the next 10 after that we didn't talk about.
Okay.
Because we
Let me,
talked about
play
the
around.
ones that made the 50 for 50, but then there would be, say, 10 more after that. We can do one a
Okay,
week.
well, let me see what I can come up with on that, and yeah, we can play around with that a little
Oh, that'd be fun.
Actor or actress who's
That'd be
played
great.
multiple... Okay, actor or actress who played multiple roles in Trek. Does that count William Shatner? Because he did play a woman in Turnabout Intruder.
You can answer this any way you want.
That is true. There is no limit. It might just
There's
be one
no
of
right
those.
answer.
You know
There
who
is
number
no
one
wrong
is.
answer.
You know who number one is on mine, right?
Yes, I do. I
Who?
think I just posted it. Casey
Go ahead.
Biggs.
Who?
Casey Biggs.
No, Mark Leonard.
Oh, okay. That works too. I just
We'll find
posted
out
a
what the
video of
audience
Casey
thinks.
Biggs. If Casey Biggs has a new
Thank you, though, for Casey Biggs.
yeah, Casey Casey Biggs has a new video out that I just posted on Facebook. It's actually his new Paso Robles wine ad. Have you seen this? It's hilarious. So I have to show it to you. There you go. Go home. I will.
I did think of you this week, Terry.
Oh,
I was thinking of the one-man show that we watched with Jeffrey Combs on Edgar Allan Poe, because we're coming up on Halloween.
Yay.
It was so good. And
Oh.
he fell off the stage,
oh, that was amazing.
and everybody jumped up because we all thought that he did it on accident.
Yeah, no, no. I mean, he just threw himself into the role, quite literally.
It was
It was
that was
remarkable.
what, 4 years ago now?
Yeah, do you believe it?
And
I
for
know.
those that don't know what we're talking about, it's
Jeffrey
the
Combs.
amazing Jeffrey Combs did a one-man show on the life of Edgar Allan Poe, and it is funny. It is incredibly sad. It's a ringer. It is a total just emotional ringer. Oh, Paul saw him in Somerville, Mass. last Halloween. Janice, that's a good idea. We could do the.
What did she say?
Book discussions or book club.
Yeah, we need book club.
If some people would read Legacies, we could talk about that.
Michael, you started reading it, didn't you?
I read all 3.
Okay.
I'm on the
Very
second book.
on the
I've
second
reached
book?
the halfway point on the second book. So I'm halfway.
I just picked them up in New York, so I have to sit down and actually read. I just got Prey on pre-order. I've got a lot of reading to do. I really do. I have a lot of reading to do, and I'm looking forward to some of the. I mean, just some. Nick, you said you loved Legacies,
Yeah.
and did you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You and I talked about it this week. No, not
Mhm.
this week. Last week. What did we say? You were talking about the third book.
By Dayton and Kevin.
Yes. What did you
Yes.
just say? What did you say about it though? That kind of went, oh,
They're 3 very different books. They're all doing the same story, but they're 3, like the third book. And Mike knows from talking with Dayton after we did my Gettysburg's Address, which, by the way, you can all listen to on Busy Little Beaver, where
There
Dayton
you
and I
go.
discussed the movie Midnight Run, from the first of our series, movies you haven't seen but should. And it's very metaphysical, the third book. And he told us some things about the stuff written in, well, I won't give it away, but the parts Kevin wrote of it. And it's very, very interesting. And the 3, like Mike, you're halfway through the second one. You can see how different the second one is from the first one. Or not.
Yes. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button.
you pressed the wrong button.
That's what she said.
You can't. You just don't want to know what I just did to the show notes link page.
Oh, no.
Oh man, I pressed the wrong button. I was doing something and I reached for a button to answer you, and instead I just foobarred my
no.
document.
Did you save it? Did you get it back?
Oh yeah, undo is a miracle, but
Yeah,
know,
it is.
still, it was like
Mike's
wrong
beard
button.
was sweating.
Wow.
Hey, do the superhero shows fall into the science fiction / fantasy franchise category?
Yeah, I would say so. That they would fall into fantasy, and if they're dystopian, they can kind of fit into that category as well.
I do consider them science fiction fantasy.
Okay. I have filled out my Survey Monkey.
Yay.
Well done.
Live on the air. And hopefully that won't influence Nick's answers won't influence everyone else.
Oh, please. I have influence on anyone. Lady Renegade, you would love to join in on the book club, but would love a starting point. You know, I've been considering, and I don't know how anybody feels about this.
Yes.
The restarting Titan, because there's things from the past in it. Who just started recording?
It had to be Mikey.
Recording? No, but Steve jumped into the room.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Redoing Titan because it's been so long. Or if Lady Renegade wants a place to start, I will always redo a Vanguard reread.
That'd be fun too.
Can't talk enough about Vanguard.
If we're gonna do the book club thing again, just to get the most participation, I think we would have to do
Something newer
content.
Yeah.
Granted, older content, the chances of spoilers and
Then
whatnot
start with Legacies.
have long passed, but people tend to want to read what's new and what's current rather than going back.
Then why don't we start with Prey?
Or Legacies, because that was written for the 50th, and we're still in the 50th, so we have time.
Or Prey, which covers both TOS and the newer crews.
Or Legacies.
Or Legacies.
Tass
I don't
asks,
care. You guys choose.
Sunsail asks if the animated series answers are acceptable for the Survey Monkey.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Sure, why not?
Sunsail
What was
is
the
in
question?
trouble.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
She asked if animated series answers are acceptable.
Absolutely. The answers can be whatever people want to put. You should see some of the answers I'm seeing in the survey.
Are you getting any from the novels?
I have to assume because I haven't read a lot of the novels and I'm seeing things. I'm like, I'm not sure what that is. I'm actually going into Memory Alpha and Memory Beta to look up some of these to make sure they're not like because I have gotten some joke answers too. So.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, there's some people that have punked me a little bit in here.
There were a lot of people that were saying a lot of positive things about the
those
survey.
are good questions. Those are really good questions. Very well done.
Cool.
I would say then, Lady Renegade, start with Legacies.
I think that's a good idea. And anybody who else, if you want to join, please do. And also, just off the top of my head, don't forget, we still can use questions for Ask Dayton. So please go ahead if you have a question for Dayton Ward, regardless of whether or not it involves writing books or not.
He'll answer recipe questions.
Send your question to hosts@gntshow.com, and we will be happy to forward it on.
And for the book club, when we meet, we'll have like marshmallows that are different colors, and liquids in tiny, tiny glasses, and like Journey to Babel. Because we really need to wrap it up.
Yeah, we do.
Because I need to shower.
I have
we have to go
something
to
to
the
play.
movies.
You have what? You have something to play?
Yes.
Please do.
Star Trek, The Final Frontier. These are the voyages of the G&T Show. The G&T Show is proud to announce our annual fundraiser, 24 Hours of G&T 2016. This 24-hour live show will launch at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on October 29th, and will run straight through until noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on October 30th. All proceeds will cover our technology, website, and server costs for the coming year. This fundraising event will be jam-packed with guests, games, contests, prizes, most importantly, fun. Authors, musicians, artists, actors, podcasters, game developers, audio productions, and more will be joining us live. And you should too. Watch our website, www.gntshow.com, for more details, including our guest list and schedule, prizes, games, and more. Tune into our live stream on the GNT Show website, Facebook page, and YouTube channel on Saturday, October 29th, starting at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, for 24 hours of non-stop GNT Show fun. We hope to see you there. Live long and prosper, bitches.
I like how Mike's telling us what to do, and you should too.
Sunday,
If not, I will
Sunday.
come find you.
That's right. That's awesome.
Now this year, I'm hoping that we can all stay awake like last year, but there's no guarantees.
Yeah, right.
Especially with the new medication I'm on, it kind of knocks me out, and I have to take it. So,
Well, you can do it. You can tough it out. You can do it.
I think with our
Mike, are you
guest
getting a
list, that
room
will
again
not.
this year, Mike?
I'm hoping to. I really can't do the show here. And if I, the only question is, will I have the funds to be able to get the room? That's the only question right now. But I can't do the show here, so I
Well,
have
if you
to be
do,
able to
let
get
us
one.
know, because maybe we'll send something to your room.
Oh, jeez.
Pie. We're sending pie.
Sure, we can call her that.
Mike will be unavailable for a while.
Could
But
you imagine Mike being like, hey guys, why don't you
gotta go.
continue? I'll be back.
Too crazy. All right, we do need to wrap it up. Mike, any other announcements?
we've covered pretty much everything. But real quick, some of the guests that have agreed to consider appearing on the show.
It's very tentative now.
Well, now that I'm sure they're probably wondering what the hell did I sign up for. Dayton Ward, Kevin Dillmore, Rob Perlman, Adrian Grady, James Kerwin, Kipley Brown, Trek Geeks, 5 Year Mission, Al Rivera, Jen Ucelis, The O Sports Show, Live Love Play, Gates of Stove, of course, Starfinder, Evie Vincent with Tales from 10 Forward.
Tales for 10 Forward.
J.K. Woodward, Paula Block, Terry Erdman, Mission Log Podcast, Club 602, Women at Warp, Larry Nemechek, Rico Anderson, John Jackson Miller, and Wyatt Linhart.
So why are we
And
even going to be
Charo.
there? You would just hand them off the mic and go.
Seriously, right?
We got to get to Canada to interview Nemechek, and then that's a good 4 hours.
And no offense and much love to John Jackson Miller, but the three of them, it would be Keith R. DeCandido, Larry Nemechek, and John Jackson Miller. We could take a 3-hour break.
We're back for the final hour. Thank you for filling the 23 hours, gentlemen. Oh, John Jackson Miller and I need to talk to John Jackson Miller because we have to have that great sitcom debate, remember?
Yes, you do. And he can't wait to come back to talk about stuff other than Star Trek. He wants to talk about pop culture and everything else too.
Good,
So.
because he's so wrong in not having the Dick Van Dyke Show as number one on his sitcom list. That's right, Miller. I'm looking at you. I'm looking right at you, pal. And
Not Barney Miller? Not Barney Miller?
As the top sitcom ever? Are you high? What? Go eat your matzahs. Okay.
Actually, that's not my choice either, but that's Mr. Despa's choice.
Really? As the best sitcom ever?
Oh, he's a big Barney Miller fan.
Okay, when Jack Wu left, well, he died, so he didn't really leave. But the other thing is, scheisse.
Well,
It's the end of the show. You can tell. We're tired.
the schedule may change. People may not be available. Some of those yeses were tentative, so that's just what we currently have. But,
You said Mark Cushman, right?
No.
So we'll work on that.
No, I thought you did. I
no.
was hearing things.
Oh, yeah, no. If you want to know who has tentatively agreed, look to the right-hand side of our website. Under where it says 24 hours of G&T Show fundraiser. That's kind of it. Miss Janet, do you have any other announcements?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And just eat pie.
Eat pie.
What kind
This
of
has been your
eating
public
today?
service announcement.
Pie.
I came home and my wife had bought me a key lime pie, and she's not a pie fan. She doesn't
Wow.
like pie. Yeah, so she bought me a key lime pie.
Nice.
I know.
All right, you guys, that's kind of it for this week. Join us next week on what is it? Wow, October. What the fuck, Miss?
Okay.
No, I'm serious. It's like, what the hell? October.
I know. Just
Um,
yesterday we were like, it's only February.
Janet, will you be joining us?
October 2nd? Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because it's Rosh Hashanah. I know it starts that night.
No, it's I'll be calling my folks at some point. But
Okay. Okay. Well,
otherwise-
I don't know. You never know. It's just, if people are having family or preparing or, cooking, shit like that. You just want to. So next week.
That's what the slow cooker's for.
Love you. October 2nd for episode 254. Until then, live long and prosper.
Kapla.
Eat more waffles.
Mm-hmm.
Kachiro.
Kachiro. He says goodbye.
Did he fall asleep?
I don't know. I think he says go Hawks. Yeah.
Is that him?
No. I don't know where he went.
Joe Lantru, bitches. G&T 253.
Music for the GNT show is provided by 5-Year Mission, Enterprise Blues Band, Warp 11, Andrew Allen, and Grethor. The GNT show is a BLB production.
Move ahead, walk back to 10. Put a mini skirt on Mayo Man. Represent the human race. And we make space a happy place. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G community. Gonna travel to new worlds. Beam on down and meet some green girls. Gonna see what we can see. A fancy-free galaxy. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G community. Come and take a tour with me. There'll be no cons or Kobayashi. Gonna travel to the end and make new friends with aliens. To boldly go where no man's gone before. Space happy. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G